You are listening to PastThink.com audiobook. Please like and subscribe, thank you. Chapter 35. Xuanda encounters a hermit. Xuanda starts to search for a master. Zhao Zilong is searching for his lord, and as yet has no idea of the tricks Kai Mao has tried to play. Riding up to Kai Mao, he asks him where Xuanda is. Kai Mao says he has no idea, and in fact has ridden out to try to find him. Zhao Zilong rides to the edge of the river, and can see the marks where a horse has tried to cross. He cannot believe that Xuanda has actually managed to jump such a vast and swift-flowing river. But enough unanswered questions arise in Zhao Zilong that, despite the best efforts of Kai Mao to reassure him, he takes his men away from the city and back to Xinya. Convinced that it was by the will of heaven that he escaped, Xuanda rides on, deeply troubled by all that has happened. As the evening draws on, he comes upon a young ox herder riding an ox and playing a flute. Such a simple, peaceful scene moves Xuanda deeply. How I wish my life was like this, he muses as the young lad brings the ox to a halt and stares at Xuanda. I think you're General Xuanda, who defeated the Yellow Headband rebels, he says, to which Xuanda replies, how's it possible that a young country dweller like you knows who I am? The boy tells him that while looking after his master's guests they often talk about Xuanda, and what he looks like, that is how he knew who he is. And who is your master? Inquires Xuanda. He is Sima Hui Dikao, and goes by the Taoist name of Master Tranquil Water, replies the boy. Xuanda asks to meet him, and together they go the 2 miles to a farm. The sound of someone playing a flute greets them as they ride in. Master Tranquil Water senses through a change in the music that some great warrior has arrived and stops playing his flute to come and greet him. Xuanda is astonished when Master Tranquil Water mentions that Xuanda has just had a lucky escape and invites the weary Xuanda inside. What a place of tranquility! Inspired and at ease, Xuanda pours out his troubles to the master. Your problem, says the master, is that you've yet to find the right kind of men to help you. To this Xuanda replies, I do appreciate that I'm far from worthy, but I've lots of good men to help me. Men like Sun Qian, Mi Zhu, Jian Yong and soldiers like Guan Yu, Zhang Fei and Zhao Zilong. These are all good men. Very true, Master Tranquil Water replies. These are indeed fine warriors, but you have no one who can help you make best use of them. And the bureaucrats that surround you are useless, incapable of dealing with the sheer complexity of modern life in these difficult times. I do realize I need a more worthy person to assist me, but so far I have had no luck in finding one, replies Xuanda. Do not forget what Kong Fuzi says, comments the master, that even in a hamlet of just 10 households you'll still manage to find one person who is loyal. Don't give up hope. Heaven's mandate is given when the time is right, and the dragon trapped in mud is able to soar to heaven again. That's you, General. Can I even think of such a thing? Asks a troubled Xuanda. To which the master replies that in this region there are the greatest experts to be found anywhere in the country, and that Xuanda should go searching for them. But where do I go to find them? Asks a perplexed Xuanda. The master replies, they are called Hidden Dragon and Youthful Phoenix, and either of them could help you to run the country and re-establish peace. Xuanda, still troubled, asks again, but where can I find them, and who exactly are they? Excellent, very good indeed, replies the master to the total confusion of Xuanda. We can discuss this further in the morning, he continues, and with that they all retire for the night. Late that night, Xuanda awakes, disturbed by the sound of a visitor to the master. He hears the two of them discussing why the visitor has given up trying to collaborate with Liu Biao. I'd heard, says the visitor, that Liu Biao was a man of discernment, treating both the virtuous and the false as they justly deserve. But I'm sorry to say this is not so. It's true he favors the virtuous, but he never makes real use of them to govern. Meanwhile, he may be able to discern the false, but somehow he never actually gets rid of them. So I gave up and have come here. You have such talent, Xuanda hears the master say. Don't waste it on a no-hoper like Liu Biao. Now we happen to have a real leader here with us tonight. And with that the conversation fades away, and Xuanda is unable to overhear anything further. Xuanda thinks to himself that this must be either hidden dragon or youthful phoenix, but, being too polite to interrupt, he goes back to sleep. The next morning Xuanda asks who the visitor was the previous night, but Master Tranquil Water simply says again, "Excellent, very good indeed." And when Xuanda asks the master to come and work with him, the master gives him short shrift, "I'm happy to be without worries, and there are many people who are 10 times better than me." When Xuanda asks who they might be, the master simply says again, "Excellent, very good indeed." While they are talking, Zhao Zilong and his troop clatter into the courtyard of the farm. They have been looking everywhere for Xuanda after the near disaster of the dinner. In the midst of a happy reunion, Zhao Zilong tells Xuanda that he must hurry back to Xinya, as fighting is about to erupt there. Taking a fond farewell of the master, they ride off and en route to their delight meet up with Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. Soon after getting back to Xinya and being reunited with his band of warriors, Xuanda is passing through the marketplace and hears a man dressed in simple clothes singing this song. Heaven and earth are upside down, oh my God. The heat has gone out of the fire. A great house is shaken, heavens. One spring beam alone can't sustain it. Somewhere in the valley is a man who can help, my goodness. Waiting for the right leader to appear. But the one who's looking doesn't know him, do you see? He doesn't even know me. Convinced that this man must be one of the 2 masters he has just heard about, he stops him and asks his name. "I am Shan Fu," replies the strange man, "and I've come seeking you but didn't know how to attract your attention, hence the song." Soon the 2 are boon companions, and Shan Fu is deeply impressed by the virtuous way Xuanda rules, and his real compassion for the ordinary people. When Cao Cao decides to attack Xuanda, and sends his cousin Cao Ren to oversee taking Xinya and capturing Xuanda, it is Shan Fu whose advice Xuanda follows. Despite being foiled time and time again, Cao Ren decides to mount a major invasion across the River Yu in order to seize Xinya. So who is going to win? Let's find out.